Welcome back to Travis Teaches Guitar. I am your relationship counselor for this instrument, and today I want to tackle something that plagues a lot of beginning guitarists. Um, they have a fear of this right off the bat, but something we have to get through, and that is tuning this beast, right? Now, it's tuned, normally they have a standard tuning, and it's with this low E. That is your low E, and we tune all the other strings to that. Well, we're not going to use an electronic tuner, because if I teach you this way, you can easily use an electronic app to get where you're going. This is not the easiest way to tune, but it is for me, but maybe not for you. But if you start out this way, you have a good foundation of understanding that your guitar is in tune without the aid of any kind of electronics. I started with just a tone, just like I just gave you right there. I used to use a pitch pipe. You blow in it would give you woo, like that, and then you tune the rest of your strings. I have a little bit of an advanced method that I will show you after. But first I'm going to show you the easy way of doing it. Then I'll show you the more precise way of doing it. Okay? As I said, this is standard tuning. Right, you play G, nice crisp chords. I'm gonna simulate, oops, we dropped the guitar. Oh, see that sounds bad? See, I just randomly turned these, so I still left this because this is where I would start with this. So if you want to take note of this right now, that is E. E 440 as they call it, 440 vibrations per second. This is what we're going to tune all the strings to this tone right here, E. One more time, E. Okay. Now take note of this bottom string here. I'm going to go 5. If you see these position markers, sometimes you'll have one at 3, but we're going to concentrate on the 5 when it's on the 5. I'm going to fret that note. That is A. The string that's underneath it is your A string. What we want is those two strings to sound the same. So we either have to go up or down. So I'm going to turn the knob counterclockwise just slightly until I get to that tone right there. You don't have to worry about breaking the strings if you just do it in small. We want as close as we to sound the same. See, that's pretty close. Now let me break a myth, bust a myth about the strings breaking. That maybe because you'll see people, they'll tune their guitar and they'll turn away like this, like it's gonna like it's gonna hit them. It won't. Okay, I've seen thousands of strings literally break on me, other people. The strings, they release their tension and they fall down. They don't snap and get you in the fingers or hit you in the eye or something. I've never seen that happen. It's not elastic. They're metal. They're metal strings, so they just fall. Basically, you'll hear them pop, and then it might startle you because you're not ready for that generally. But generally, sometimes you just look down and you just see the string dangling there. So, but you're not going to break them tuning your guitar unless your strings are old or that you've just got carried away way too tight. But you just be careful whether you're tuning up or down, because this is what we're looking for. That same tone. Okay? So to tune the next string down, which would be the D string, we're going to do the exact same thing. And go to this 5th fret on the A string and find where our D should be. As you're turning it, you can kind of hear it start to match. It'll start, like the waves will be like this, and then all of a sudden they'll be like they're parallel with each other. See? Now we're going to do the same for the string underneath it, which is the G string. Going to fret the 5th note on the D string, which is G. like your guitar's not going to be this far out of tune unless you're changing your strings. But if you're changing your strings, you should know how to tune it. If you don't, you're going to. See, now these are close. About spot on. You can hit them both at the same time, and you hear that they're the same. Okay? Now, to tune the B string, you're going to go on 4 on G, and this is the only one that's different, like this. So we're going to fret the 4th note, which is the B on the string. It's just how the guitar is. It has to do with being able to finger chords and things and scales more easily. So just remember that it's 5 all the way across until you're going to tune the B string. So on the G string, you're going to fret the 4th note, which is B, to get your B note. Be careful. You see I'm not being delicate though. Beautiful, right there. We're back on the 5th, on the B string, which is the E note, and then that is your E string. So we want those both to sound the same. It went past a little bit. I don't know how well you can hear that, but it's pretty close. Now, that'll generally work for a lot of people. See where it's back to sound pretty again? Now for the advanced tip, this is how I was shown by a friend of mine early on. I'm talking about early on, within my first month or 2 of playing guitar. He showed me this method of tuning, and I've always used it. I've used the tuners, the electronic tuners that you stick on there, the ones on your phone. They're all good. I don't knock them. But there's sometimes you're not able to do that, and all you have is just your ear. And it's best that you have this ear trained up, properly anyway. And this is a really good way of starting into that. So if you know anything about harmonics, if not, I'm going to show you in another lesson. But this is called harmonically tuning it. And we're going to go the 5, just like on before when we fretted the 5th, and 7 on the string right below it. So for the E, so what I'm listening for is the sound. It's going like this. And when that evens out, like I said, where they're parallel, you can really hear it here because the notes are ringing out, both of them. If they're straight across, it's good. It's in tune. I do the same there. And I do the same on that string. Now, again, with this B string, it's tricky. So what I do is I'll do the touch here on the B, or here rather, and then I'll just hit the open B. That's so I have both of them ringing at the same time. And then I'll do the same for the E, because they're relatively close in pitch, rather than like that. You could do both of them, but as it is, it sounds pretty good right there. We're good to go. No electronics needed, nothing fancy. Just good old tuning by ear. Now, if this helped you at all, and anything that I do helps you, please subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment below, any subject you want me to cover. And until next time, keep practicing.